That's what they telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. When she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what they telling me to come forward. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let her go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's telling me to come forward, come for me. See, I don't know why I finally now I just spoke my mind. I know it's long since we spoke sometime, but this thing no play, I go change your mind. Just give me some time, baby, please. Cause I don't have no time to waste. No more back and forth just like Aaliyah. That's all I wanna do right now. Grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, when me gonna grab it up. So you know me gonna grab it up. Body to body make a bend over the reeling. Bad man turn you over like a steering. Well, she telling me to come forward, come for me. That's what she telling me to come for me. No hesitation when I come forward. I won't let you go. What she telling me to come forward.
It does kill it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system. Since Buvac left, you don't want to change from the 4-3. Boom, boom. What's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James Show, and we've got another preview for you. This time for ourselves. Oh, there's some music playing for someone, you know, in the back. Some spa music. Someone's enjoying themselves, but big up to everyone in the building. Make sure we're smashing the like, people. This is a mad preview because the preview today, for us anyway, for us London Scousers or Scousers in London, however you want to call it, this is a bit more of a derby. This is, you know what I mean? You got some local lads in the building. And obviously, hold on, I need to actually change the format because I don't know why Guna Lee's here. Well, I know we call it Liverpool Lee on his channel, but it's the Liverpool versus Arsenal preview. We got the main men, obviously, Ram, Ish in the building, and we got Guna Lee and Jess from Armchair Gaffers.
Wait, stop.
What's going on?
I'm confused right now. So you got myself and Guna Lee on the bottom, but last time I checked, Arsenal were on the top of the table. So you might wanna just.
Nah, it don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. Currently, do what it is. We've done it on the amount of obviously Champions Leagues and Prems we've got. So historically, we're at the top. But right now, of course, you guys are turning up, and you're wearing that Arsenal badge proud, bro. Wearing that Arsenal badge proud. But look, big up to obviously Jess for coming on from Armchair Gaffers, man. Mr. Wrong and Strong himself. Massive appreciation. Obviously, we got Guna Lee. Well, guys, first question I want for everyone in the chat. Is it Guna Lee or Liverpool Lee? Because right now, people don't know. Like, everything's all over the place. Last time I was on the stream with Lee, that Emirates Stadium thing he had, that had Anfield Road. That had L4 Anfield Road. So I don't know what's going on. He's been chopping and changing more than I've been changing my underwear.
Listen, man, the rhetoric is still going on, man. These lies are still trying to live on my name, but it is what it is, man. I'm here. I'm Arsenal strong. You know what it is, man. You know it is.
Big up. And obviously, we got the equalizer in the building, as always. Big up to Ish in the building. We're going to get into, obviously, people in the chat as well. We got Revenite in the building. Big up to Revenite saying, our pum is getting touched up by the Gunners.
Guys, I don't
know about that one.
I was in the live stream with Never a Foul literally like an hour ago, and it seems like you Liverpool fans are very sneaky in what you're doing.
They're very
What's so sneaky about it?
Arsenal gonna win, man. We got no hope, man. We'll be lucky to even get 2-1. Like, yeah, oh no, we're so.
Bro, have you seen us? Have you seen us?
I've seen you lot. I've seen you lot with an eagle eye because I've got a small obsession with Liverpool, and obviously Arsenal are the favourites. We know this, okay? But you have to at least respect your team in some way because all these years, even when we've been bleeding, we've still gone into Liverpool games thinking, oh no, today we can get lucky, you know, if Ramsey does this or if Kim Kallstrom does this, you know, like
Kim Kallstrom.
We've got some hope, yeah? So can't you guys at least respect Liverpool and just hope for something? That's what I'm saying.
I said hope. We're shit. You're good. You put that together, it equals a beating. You got good young players.
Do not be surprised though. It will be us. It will be us to go and be on foolishness all this whole time and then go away. It will be us to do it. It will be us to do it.
I know you're harboring hopes that Liverpool can win. I know it. I know it.
Of course. Like JJ said, this is a derby, isn't it? I know pure Arsenal fans, and it's not going to be worth my while if we lose. If we get slapped up as well. If you man come and put 3 on our heads, 4 on our heads.
Yeah, I think it's a bit long day. I think it's derby to an extent. How you mean?
For us Londoners, it is.
Arsenal are not on our level as a football club. But
right, see, Ram, why are you starting the beef?
No, I need to put it out there right now to say how it is. I respect them as a team. What they're playing beautiful football. None of this. What's it called? Harboring any anger, wanting them to win, wanting them to win the league. Whether you win the league or not, it doesn't matter for me. Because if you win the league, great. It doesn't feel great. But if City wins the league, it also doesn't feel great. So it's a lose-lose situation. I don't really care. But all I have to say is fair play to Arsenal, fair play to Mikel Arteta, and fair play to a lot of your players.
You guys still got no fight, man. You guys have given up already. The game is still like 3 days away.
Listen, man,
you guys to fight for something. You have to believe in something. Apologies, Goodly. You got to believe in something. And when I don't believe in the players, I don't believe in the manager. I don't believe in the canteen. I don't believe in the kitchen lady. I don't believe in the physio. I don't believe in the fans. I don't believe in anyone. So why am I fighting the cause for something I don't believe in?
Fair enough. Hey, sorry, Lee.
No, listen, I'm saying, as I said behind the screen, I'm going to say, you know what Liverpool fans are going to do, man. You know, their tears are always one day away, man. It's they're always early on their tears. They're always crying. They're always, having to fight against themselves. They talk about Chelsea.
Lee knows all about this stuff.
They talk about Chelsea. They talk about Chelsea. How do you know about that? They talk about Arsenal. They talk about Chelsea. They talk about Arsenal. They talk about Man United. But the infighting that I see with Liverpool fans all the time, it's just funny.
Lee says the one that abandoned his own club to come to Liverpool. Yeah,
we're gonna talk on the preview today. But yeah, listen, man, I'm calm, man. I'm good.
I'm very good.
Quick one. How do you know about that? How do you know about the ins and outs and the bickering?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Listen, man, I'm a football guy, connoisseur, mate. I see it all.
Man called himself the
chicken connoisseur.
I see it all, bro. Connoisseur, expert in everything, mate. I see it all, man. I'm on a Liverpool fan channel every Thursday, man. Check me out, bro.
Here you are. Big up, man. Big up. And guys, make sure we're heading over to obviously Armchair Gaffers as well. Make sure we're heading over there and subscribing. Great content. You can actually catch myself on there as well, chopping up all things Liverpool as well. So if you want to get to know the ins and outs at Liverpool, if there's any fans that aren't into Liverpool like that watching the show, please make sure we're heading over there. Scorch and the rest of the gang all there. So big up, and obviously make sure you're subscribing to Gooner Lee as well in his channel. I'm going to plug everyone's channel in the description after the show to big up. We got Sick Man Hives in the building. Big up to Sick Man. We got Thunder Road as well. We got Ish in the building and Anfield Road End. We got Abdus Chowdhury, Cameron Elder, Jamie Phillips, Captain Saab. Big up to yourself. We got Romz 98 loving it from Jess already talking about Kalstrom. We got Mark in the building. We got Ed saying, look, we're going to have to do up another date night with Jude to get over the trauma Martinelli about to cause him again. Right?
Hey, listen.
Is that what we're saying?
Listen,
start this game.
Martinelli versus Trent is not going to be, it's not good. But the problem is that Martinelli versus Joe Gomez also isn't good. So I don't know what Liverpool do with that. It's mad. I was just saying on my last live stream that everyone's saying, oh, Saka this, Trossard that, Jesus this year. Martinelli is the one that has to start. Martinelli is the one that causes pure chaos. And what I don't get about Martinelli is that he does the same thing every game, gets the ball and runs very fast in a very straight line, and it works every time. He, for me, is Arsenal's, like everyone says, oh, Ben White underrated, Thomas Partey underrated, Granit Xhaka underrated. For me, it's Martinelli, our top scorer, and the guy just runs in a straight line. If he's on form on Sunday, then we're going to see these 4-0s and these 3-0s. If not, then it might be a lot more respectable, in my opinion.
Speaking on Arsenal, then, yeah. Speaking on Arsenal, obviously, chat to us, Lee. Chat to us about the rise of Arsenal, because obviously you're coming from a place where you're a Reaver, innit? You've reverted back to being an Arsenal fan after that hiatus.
He was on loan, innit? He was on loan.
He was on loan, bro.
He was on loan last season as a pure Liverpool fan, but look, he's transformed himself. He's a new man. I've never seen Gunnar this happy, smiling as much as he has. Chat to us, man. How's the rise been, man?
Listen, man. Listen. Sometimes you're gonna have to learn, man. A joke is a joke, but it is what it is. But listen, Arsenal are a different team, man. We're a team that, you know, under Emery, it seemed to all be going wrong. We were in the mud. Players, I remember his last game, it was Europa League game, and I remember just, you know, I was at the stadium, unfortunately, and I remember Socrates, we needed a goal, and he literally stood there for about a minute and a half trying to find the throw-in. Like, he definitely wanted to get Emery out. And listen, coming from there to coming to the point where we are right now, where we've got such a young team, we've, you know, been through Arteta and the highs and lows of him. You know, he came in, everybody kept calling him Mr. Lego Head. Everyone kept saying he's the homeboy for Pep. Everyone, you know, Arsenal fans, they weren't as sure on him. He had that December run where we lost, I believe, Burnley at home, Wolves, I think it was Wolves, and Everton at home in December. And listen, from, you know, all of those things coming from there to the where we are right now is just sensational. And one thing you have to give him credit for is his talent ID. You know, one thing we look at Klopp and say, it's looking a bit spooky for him, because the players he's brought in, they're all young. We've spent, I believe, near enough 400 million over 3 seasons. People are going to mention that, but when you compare to the other teams, that's actually very, very good. You know, like what he's been doing, and he's had to work himself from the head coach to the manager now. And I can't wax any more lyrical about this guy and, you know, what he's done for Arsenal and where we are right now. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. I can't see it slowing down. We're looking to get other players like Declan Rice, the likes of Caicedo we've been linked to, stuff like that. So I can't say any more, man. The guy he's an absolute genius, no matter what you want to say. And all I'm going to leave it is, if Klopp and Arteta have the same amount of Premier Leagues, boy, I don't want to say no more.
There we go.
Let's not
go
do
with
that.
the CO, bro.
That's
not
go
with the
right
CO,
there.
bro.
Listen, man.
Obviously on paper.
Go with the CO. Come chat to me.
No. But if you want to do that, if you want to say let's not do that. If you want to say let's not do that, yeah, let's not, because he's only been a manager for 3 years. So you have to give him respect. You can't look at it any other way. Now, you're going to talk about, he's won, you know, the FA Cup, he's won the Carabao Cup. Arteta's won a FA Cup as well. Listen,
don't forget big ears, yeah?
That UCL.
I love how it's
UCL.
I know you haven't won one thing, but don't forget about it, bro.
Listen, if you let me land,
Yeah.
When he gets into that competition, then he'll be judged accordingly. Like, that's all I'm going to say. Like, I'm not saying that
you got to win it. For him to chat to Klopp, no. For him to chat to Klopp, you got to win the UCL. I want to see your UCL.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. You didn't let me land, because you're not. You see what you're doing. What Liverpool fans like to do is they like to negate.
That's United fans. I got to defend them. That's United fans.
Don't do this.
United fans.
What
Liverpool
fans like to do is they like to negate and mitigate circumstances. They like to differentiate between different things. I've been speaking on the Premier League, because this is a Premier League game. We're not talking about the European side of things. We're not talking about that.
But you said as a manager.
So in the Premier League, because he's been a manager for you for 7 years now, and he's only won 1 league. Now, look, he's been a bridesmaid a couple of times with Man City, and now we're going to come to the fore. And if he wins this league in 3 years, having been from where we were, the same way where you were in the mud when you had Klopp when he first came in, and his first game was against Spurs, when you lot were horrible, and somehow I believe you got a 1-1 draw. Origi scored, I believe. Now look where you are. I'm trying to say to you, from where Arsenal are in the time, the whole turnaround, it's going to be spooky. If this guy has been here for 7 years, no matter what you want to say, I don't want to hear all of this like, Man City crap. You do it, fix it, find a way to beat Man City, because we're doing it. And we've done it within 3 years. It's taking you 7 years to win 1. And there might be all of these mitigating circumstances, but why do you act like, like you're holier than thou? stand up, be a big club, which you're big bad Liverpool, right? That's what everyone keeps saying. You're big bad Liverpool. Shout out to my brother Matt from Coppish. You're big bad Liverpool. Find a way to beat a big team. You talk about Klopp saying he's the Messiah. Your fans call him daddy. That's what your fans do. Your fans say,
bro, not
Ram,
me.
Ram,
Not
Ram,
me.
Your fans are cramming for this guy to get a statue outside the bloody stadium already. I couldn't believe when I heard that. That's what your fans want. So if you're saying all of these things,
if Arteta wins your league, you'll be calling for a statue as well.
He's meant to be. Klopp's meant to be the equalizer for your club against the other teams, and now he's got one trophy in the Premier League in 7 years. Come on, man. Let's not do this.
Can I go now? Can I land? Let me land.
Yeah, go on, Ish.
First of all, please, you haven't won a league yet, so we're talking hypothetical.
I said if.
Let me go. Yeah, but you're putting your hypothetical against my trophy cabinet. I can look in a trophy cabinet behind Klopp and I can see the Prem. Arteta hasn't done it yet. Yeah, Arsenal got a lovely advantage. You're the favourites. You're probably gonna do it. I even said offline, if you man win on Sunday, I think you're going all the way. Boom. But he hasn't done it yet. So you can't tell me it's looking spooky for Klopp if XYZ happens. You haven't done it. Pep's waiting for you. Got to go Etihad. Got to go Anfield. You know Lampard might be loading something up as well. Bro, it'll be just Chelsea's luck to go into for Lampard to come and load something up for you. So it's not done yet. And I don't like this. We're talking about the Premier League, so we just disregard certain things. First of all, I don't want to be a points merchant, but for a 5-year period, we were consistent. Arsenal have only done this for one season.
Why do you celebrate?
Let me land.
Why do you celebrate?
Am I celebrating? Did you see me celebrating? I never
celebrated.
Ish. I'm talking. I'm validating my point. We were consistent for a 5-year period. You
consistently failed. That's what
if you, bro, I'll be the first one to tell you that you're right.
Why are you mentioning?
But you're celebrating. Is it not relevant? Next season, if Arsenal don't compete. Let me land.
You went to a club.
Let me land, bro. If Arsenal don't compete next season, your one league title and our one league title, it's the same thing.
That's my whole point. That is my whole point. You call a man daddy. You don't know.
Who's calling him daddy?
You man call him daddy. You ask for a statue outside the stadium for a man who's won you one league title. And as I said to you, what you're bringing up facts.
You're forgetting the Champions League. You can't split.
No. The Champions League doesn't count. We're talking about the league game, right? That's all we.
But the reason why some fans are saying that is because we have a Champions League. But you can't just say UCL doesn't count.
You're celebrating because I'm mentioning your point. You said you've been consistent.
I'm not celebrating.
Okay, you're consistent. You can't talk out both sides of your mouth. You have to either celebrate the fact that you finished second 3 out of the 4 seasons.
Bro, two things can coexist. I'm saying it's a point. I'm not saying it's good, but is it not good to be consistent over 5 years and to be challenging?
Consistently what, Ish? You lost.
Challenging. I just said
didn't win.
Yeah, of course we lost.
Who wants a challenge? Bro, Ish. You consistently challenge when I had hair. You're going to consistently challenge when I don't have hair. Either way, you didn't win. What's your point?
All I'm saying is, if next season you man don't kick on, I don't want to hear anything from you.
But who cares?
My league title's better.
Nah, bruv. No, but I can spin it the other way. If they don't win the league, Arteta's a bottle job.
Yes, okay.
If you don't win the league, you guys are the biggest bottle jobs. I swear to God. You were meant to win. You were meant to get top 4 last season. You were ahead of Tottenham by however many points.
Okay, cool.
And then you bottled it. You absolutely bottled it.
All right.
And if you do it again this season, I'm sorry, he's a bottle job. All right. Might as well call him Spursy, bro.
Okay, cool. Do you know what? Even if I want to go on your rhetoric, right, on that, I can say he's a bottle job. The difference is I'll own it. You man bring facts to the table about you consistently challenge. What is your point? You didn't win. Who cares?
But you know what my point is, though.
Bro, my point is nothing. Your point is your point is like your point.
Were we not okay? Were we or were we not consistent? Let me just ask you that. Yes or no? Yes or no answer. Were we or were we not consistent over a 5-year period? That's just answer the question.
Did you?
No, bro. Yes or no? Yes or no?
I'm going to answer it another way. I'm going to answer it another way. Did you or did you not go to the club? You bought this.
You can't answer my question with a question. I'm asking you first. Were we not consistent?
I'm going to answer it another way. Did you or did you not go to the club, buy the girls?
No, bro, you can't answer the question with a question.
And not secure the bag at the end.
You can't answer the question with a question. I asked you a yes or no answer, bro. Were we or were we not consistent over 5?
No, you weren't because you consistently didn't do what you were supposed to.
You were capping now, though, bro.
No, you didn't. Consistency to me is winning. You didn't.
Also, did Arsenal consistently get top 4 under Wenger then?
Yes, we did, but that's
So
not
that's an achievement, right? It's an achievement, right? So you didn't know. This is how we can recognize it.
Hold on. Again, hold on. But this is where you see how times change, because before it was like, oh, we got 20 years of it, but everyone said, what's the point? We didn't win it, so there's no point celebrating it. I didn't bring it up. You lot are bringing it up. So why are you bringing up things about this whole consistency? I didn't bring up the top 4 challenge. I didn't bring up this whole 20-year thing. You lot brought it up. This is my point. You're bringing up things that no one cares about no more. So Chelsea not being in the top 4 right now, Liverpool not being in the top 4, it doesn't really matter because you'll probably be in it the year after it. This is what I'm saying. Times change, things change, and you lot are still stuck with this. Oh, you did this for 3 years and you didn't win this and you won it. Nobody cares. You consistently failed. What don't you get about that? Why is it?
Why is it that Klopp is the only manager barring Alex Ferguson to win everything within the Premier League season? Better than no Jose Mourinho never won it. Pep Guardiola never won it.
Yeah, that's
Arsene
good.
Wenger's never done it. Why is it him and Fergie the only managers in the history of the Premier League to win absolutely everything on their table?
UCL doesn't count, right?
As I've said, in England, right? Because we're talking
I'm
about.
proving like Jeff Hardy, bro. You know what I mean? Matt Hardy tags when Jeff Hardy comes in, bro.
We're talking about in England, right? If we're talking about in England, there's 3 trophies, I believe, sorry, and the Community Shield. Now, if I don't know how shameless you guys want to be with it, if that's what you want to add in as
4
well.
4 trophies actually.
4. Yeah, so Arteta's won 2 of those already. He's done that.
Yeah, there was 2. He's only won 1. Oh, you counted the Community Shield.
No. If you guys are if you're counting it, then I'll add that on there. If you're not, then I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Quick one though. Speaking on that, yeah, because I get the privilege of obviously being neutral today, which is this is lovely. This is lovely. Big up to Wino saying obviously. What's funny is that Jerry actually agrees with doing the league.
I don't know, but I just don't.
I don't know if I agree with him. I don't agree or disagree. Right now, I'm in limbo.
If they're gonna diminish what Klopp's done,
all I'm gonna
come
say,
up with the facts.
Bad times.
One second, 2 seconds.
You have to stay on top of it.
Sorry, bro. No, it's me. I'm in the living room. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, cool. Quick one. I'm gonna ask Jess. Obviously, speaking about that and talking about consistency and stuff, obviously, Arteta has done well this season, but early on in his career, it weren't great, man. Like, people calling for him to be to be sacked. The documentary was supposed to be the ending of him. Chat to me, Jess, because you're sitting there, you're swirling, you're wine around. I don't know if that's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
It's Red Bull. It's Red Bull. It's Red Bull.
I hear you. It's Red Bull. Yeah, but I don't know. Chat to me because I'm not sure. You were on the Arteta train from the beginning. You don't seem like one. You don't seem like an Arteta disciple.
Cool. In the words of a very famous Liverpool manager, let's talk about the facts. First of all, I'm in the fortunate position that I've been doing my podcast now since before Arteta took over Arsenal. So the tapes are there. I've been Arteta in from the beginning. The minute he landed in that door, I said we need to stand by this man. We need to give him time because I believe that when everything gels, the project is going to go bang. And that's what we're seeing right now. Last season, Arsenal bottled the top 4, as everyone likes to say. But what people don't like to say is the amount of injuries Arsenal had in those final 10 games. Okay? Romz, what is this, brother?
Tell Lee that we're doing injuries then. Tell Lee that we're doing injuries.
I beg we do that, bro. Do you want to play that card? Do you really want to play that card?
Some things count, some things don't count.
Because I can bring up mitigating circumstances. Lee.
The injuries count. The injuries count, Lee. Are we counting the injuries? Is that
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. For me, I don't want to go down that route because I don't think it's fair to do that. I don't think it's a bottle, but I'm not going to use no excuses. And that's my point. That's what Liverpool do. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be this cry club. I don't want to do that stuff. So yeah.
Can I just say, guys, I only agreed to join the stream because my good friend Jerry asked me, and he promised me that if I join the stream today, I'll be allowed to air my thoughts without fear of discrimination and fear of being singled out. Okay, so Ish and Rams, if you guys aren't going to let me speak, then I just won't speak. Mainly you, Rams.
I'm really talking at Lee right now because Lee's got me head boiled.
As I was saying, so I want to say I've been on Arteta from the beginning, and from around about October this season, I said Arsenal are going to win the league because, unlike some of you people out there, I watch football with my eyes. Okay, I look at what I'm seeing and I compare it with what I'm seeing elsewhere in other teams, and Arsenal are just far too good. So, barring any catastrophic events, okay, I'm talking about mass injuries, suspensions, and just Arsenal players forgetting how to play football. The league is sewn up. Simple as that. Okay. Last January, Arsenal didn't sign anybody, and at the end of the season, we paid for it because we had no cover. This season, the signing of Jorginho, okay, for me, that is a very important signing because what it does, it takes the mental pressure off of Thomas Partey. Okay, I'm not talking about physical pressure, I'm talking about mental pressure. Thomas Partey knows that if he feels a little twinge, if he needs to sit out a game or two or half a game, he can because he's got someone competent enough to come in and do his job while he recuperates, ready to go again at 100% the next game. We finally, earlier in the season, we were criticised for playing the same team week in, week out. We now have options, at least in the attack. We don't know whether it's going to be Saka, Trossard, Gabriel Jesus, or Martinelli playing. Okay, we've seen Saliba get injured these last two games and Holding come in and slot in seamlessly like a glove. Okay, we've seen £50 million Ben White, who's ridiculed for being a waste of £50 million, not spoken about. The way you know you're doing a good job is when nobody says your name. Okay, we've got Alexander Zinchenko, who we don't know if he's a left back, if he's a left side, if he's a left centre mid. We just know that he comes on and he dictates the play. We've got Gabriel, centre back. Again, another one that's not spoken about. Similar to Ben White, you know you're doing a good job when nobody speaks about you. Aaron Ramsdale, a few weeks ago, people saying, oh, is he even good? We've seen clutch save after clutch save after clutch save after clutch save from Aaron Ramsdale. This also team are just far too good. From the beginning, I said back Arteta and you reap the rewards. Now we're doing it. And guess what, guys? It's not a one-season wonder. We're not just going to win it this season and the next season do a Leicester. We are building. We are building. Our recruitment is phenomenal. Who knew Trossard would do what he's doing? Who knew Ramsdale? We all laughed. We all laughed, myself included, when we signed Ramsdale. Ben White, I said, okay, cool. The guy's good, but he's not that good. Gabriel Jesus, we're like, all right, yeah, he's okay. But now we're seeing the real Jesus, Zinchenko. Guys, this Arsenal thing is going to roll on for a lot longer than what you expect. I hope that's answered your questions, Jerry James. And thank you, Rams, for not interrupting me. I appreciate that.
Cool. But quick one, obviously, I wanted to ask as well. When, obviously, Arteta came in, what made you in that first day that he touched, the training ground, what made you think, yeah, he's the guy? Because a lot of people thought that with Emery. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Liverpool Lee at that time wasn't around. Arsenal.
He said a lot of the right things that I wanted to hear, and I'm going to be honest with you. What he said made me believe him, and at the same time, a few months into the project, or into the second season at least, or his first full season, I looked at those same things and I said, was this guy just waffling? But now I'm seeing that he really meant and really believed in everything that he said. So what he said when he came in is what won me over, more so than the results, because the results were hit and miss.
I hear you. Cool. Ish.
Shout out to me.
Shout out to John.
How badly are you hurting, bro? How badly are you hurting from what Lee's been saying? Our team's not in the mud. We're struggling to defend ourselves. You and Ram aren't. You guys are on the back foot right now.
Listen, obviously it's all love or respect at the end of the day, but Lee knows deep down, innit? Lee knows deep down we were level for 4 or 5 years. He just doesn't want to admit it right now. And my point was, my point still stands as well. If Arsenal, even if they win the league or don't win the league, if they don't back this up next season, I don't want to hear any chat. Because you're no different from a Blackburn, from a Leicester, even from us to an extent. We never retain. Not many teams retain it. It's not easy to retain a title.
Thank you for putting that in there.
But we were challenging. We were challenging. So I want to see you, man, next season.
Thank you for putting that in there, because now you.
I want to see you, man.
Now you
next season. Thank you. Of course, bro. But next season, you might have to back it up and go again. You have to go again.
Thank you for putting context.
I think Jess said it before. you're linked with the right kind of player. Actually, I think Guna said it. I think you're linked with the right kind of players. Like a Declan Rice in the summer, it's lovely. That'd be sweet. Even like a Caicedo. So you're on the right path, but you got to back it up. That's all I'm saying. You got to back it up. As far as we're concerned, you will never hear me come in here and big us up. You never this season. You've not heard me big us up once. I've said you're gonna get good moments. You're gonna get bad moments. Even when we beat United, I was gassed, but I was like, all right, cool. If you don't go and beat who's at Bournemouth, it was a Bournemouth next game, innit? If you don't go and beat Bournemouth, I don't want to hear about it. I haven't spoken about Man United since. So it's just like from our point of view, I can't even banner Arsenal too much. Even if they go and fumble the league, we're 8th. So what can I really say to them? So it's for us. I'm looking at us in the summer. Certain man I don't want to see again. Certain man who I've not seen for a couple of weeks, I don't want to see them in a red shirt again. Certain man that I've been seeing in a red shirt, I still don't want to see them again. I'm ready for big changes in the summer, innit? But this season we just need to keep it respectable, innit? Like I know certain man are saying I want to finish 8th if we're not going to finish in the Champions League spots, but I'm not really with that. 8th is peak, bruv. 8th is peak. We might have to just hold a season in Europa. We might just have to hold a season in Europa. It is what it is. I'm not finishing 8th, bro. I'm not finishing 8th, bro. From challenging for a quad and all this nonsense to 8th. I'm not with that.
I appreciate that dig, bro. I appreciate that little dig. I mean, a lot of people understand what it's like to finish 8th consistently and look at other teams and start being jealous about it.
I didn't want to say it.
But we'll move on. We'll move on from that. But like he said a lot of things that are completely correct. A lot of people are to blame. Certain players aren't playing at their right ability that they can. Certain managers have also been enemies of progress, I'd like to say. It's the right word, enemies of progress. He does one good thing, then results to standard, and then everything becomes bad again. And good thing is, no one's talking about injuries. I think people started to really put some wholeness on Klopp because you know me, I back Klopp, but I've told JJ this, I've told Ish this. Why are we resorting to standard of 4-3-3? Why can't we play a different formation with a tactic that is quite malleable in terms of your setup? You can turn it from a 4-1-2-1, 4-3-3 to 4-1-2-1-2, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-1-2. You could do whatever you want with it. It's so malleable, and we choose not to do it. I don't understand why. I don't understand why the manager does this, but yeah, everything that's happening is on our own doing. Whether we spent money correctly, whether we've actually addressed the positions that we haven't done that. That goes on the board, that goes on the manager, that goes on everybody. Signing Arthur Melo last minute when Zakaria, who's probably the more suited player for our team, goes to Chelsea, makes no sense. So yeah, we have to hold it this season, because if you don't run a club well and if you don't manage well, you get really poor standards, and that's what we've been this season. Poor.
Rams, can I just ask you something?
You go ahead.
In 1993, 1994, do you remember what league position you finished in?
9th.
No, you finished 8th, because that was one thing I just wanted to ask you. In 1998, 1999, can you tell me what league position you finished in?
Yes, 8th.
No, you finished 7th. Let me go to.
Let me finish below 8.
Hold on.
No, let him talk.
In 2011, 2012, can you tell me what league position you finished in?
8th.
Yeah, you did.
Look at Jerry.
I know my club.
In 2015, 2016, can you tell me what league position you finished in?
You finished 8th.
So you don't know about finishing 8th, no?
Yeah, but I don't know about finishing in the bottom half of the Premier League, bro. I don't know anything about finishing in the bottom half. If you really want to play that game, Gooden, bro, you're talking to a history person right here. I'll tell you where you finished when you were downright bad, yeah?
One thing you're gonna know about me, you don't know.
You press the button.
It's hard to outdo me, bro. I'm out here, bro. I've been doing it with the kids for the last 12, 15 years, bro.
I just done the quick Google, innit?
I did the quick
I swear that I did. Bro, I told you, bro. Man's a fucking guy here. But let me say, listen. Anyway, look, let me come with a couple of things, because I wanted to ask a question, because This is what Liverpool fans do. Are we now going to? Are you Liverpool fans going to now accept and acknowledge the fact that Van Dijk shouldn't ever be compared to one of the best centre backs in the Premier League?
What? Where's the what?
No.
Who mentioned Van Dijk, bro?
None of us three have ever said that. None of us three have ever said that because we've got respect on Ferdinand Terry.
Obviously,
yeah, you, bro.
But what I will say is, yeah, because we're in a Liverpool fan channel, unfortunately, some of you are gonna have to hold the brunt. Like if we, I have to hold the brunt. I have to hold the brunt of people like Kai, people like Lee Judges, not Lee Judges, bloody what's his name, Lee, whatever he's, I can't remember the other guy, why his name,
Lee Gunner.
But all I'm saying, Lee Gunner, the people that sometimes might be a bit, toxic or might have to have, they may have these weird ideas about things, and listen, it is what it is. So if we have to hold it, you guys have to hold it. So I'm asking,
who mentioned Van Dijk though? Who mentioned?
No, because we're talking about the match. We're talking about Liverpool, and Van Dijk does play for your team currently. You guys have come out with these because if we're gonna do digs, because that's what Ramsey's do. Because I'm talking about the game, but if that's what we're doing,
what's your question, Lee? So what's your question?
I just want to ask: can you guys, as Liverpool fans, now take back the rhetoric and the idea that Van Dijk should be compared to one of the best centre backs ever, because he was held. He was held as the best centre back ever over 2 seasons. He's been here for 5 years. When you look at it, he's been good for 2 years, and he was compared to Van Dijk, to Rio Ferdinand, to John Terry, to Son.
Quick one.
To John Terry. Bro, we ain't doing that.
Lee, cool. Quick one, yeah. Off topic. Who's your favorite rapper of all time? Jay-Z, yeah? Some people would say Biggie, no?
Biggie, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, Biggie, cool. How long was Biggie at the top of his game for?
That's besides the point. That's besides the
There
point.
we go. No, it isn't.
We can bring it back to football. We can bring it back to football. Loads of people say that Dino is the GOAT.
But no.
People say that Dino's the GOAT.
No, because that's a total different argument. Because we're talking about styles, we're talking about the way that someone, lyrically puts things together. That we're talking about
exactly. That's my point.
When it's to do with football,
right there.
When it's to do with football, there's tangible things that you can say, and you have to go over longevity. You can't ever go off 1, 2 years. You have to, because hold on. Because the same thing how we're talking about Saka can't be world class. Why? Because he's only been doing it for 2 years, 1.5 years. So if that's what you're gonna do, then we're gonna do it like that. Okay, 1 year, 2.5 years, whatever it is. So you can't say after this. That's what I'm learning, right? Saka can't be world class.
Let me.
You guys put this guy on a pedestal, and he has not been at that guy. So now you're still trying to defend yourself. I know what angle you're going.
Let me. Yeah, of course I'm going to defend. I want to clap back in it. 2 things, yeah. First of all, revisionism is killing us, bro. Killing us. We act like Rio Ferdinand was perfect his whole career. John Terry was perfect his whole career. Tony Adams was perfect his whole career. Unfortunately, we now live in an era where Van Dijk gets dragged. He makes a mistake in the Champions League final. I'm seeing man in Brazzers memes with his cheeks out, bro. If Rio was defending them times, we would see some mad stuff from Rio. No, I don't want to see it, bro. Allow it. I'm not trying to see that.
Don't you dare, JJ. No, bro. We would see some mad stuff. We would see some mad stuff. If Rio and the man were around now, we would see some mad stuff. So let's not pretend like the man were perfect for 8-9 years in a row, never made any mistakes. Oh, bro, man.
But the thing is though, Ish, yeah.
No. One more point. There's a difference between your peak and your prime as well, yeah. Van Dijk's peak of 18 months to 2 years, which for me personally, I've been watching football for over 20 years now. That's as good as a peak as I've seen in a centre back. There's things you got to factor in. Obviously, the quality of striking now is not as good. Let's not.
There you go. There you go.
R9 and them things. But considering how clear he was of everyone else, I've not really seen that. I've not seen a centre back head and shoulders above everyone else. Fair enough, you can say the quality is slightly less, but for me, Van Dijk in the Premier League is still up there as one of the best ones. But let's not pretend like Rio and them were perfect for 8-9 years, because I hate that. Because
can I add to that? Yeah, have these men ever at some point been in a conversation of being the best player in the world? Have any one of these men ever been considered on the same pedestal as one of the greatest ever players to ever grace the game in Lionel Messi?
Facts.
But silence is deafening, bro. No, because none of these centre backs, none of these centre backs you're talking about was never on that level.
What you're doing is
but that's it.
You're going exactly against what is said. Revisionism is, killing people nowadays. Because if you look at the quality now, you look at the whole idea of what Van Dijk was doing. He had this aura around him. This is why he got to you. There was one season when Henry finished second in the Ballon d'Or behind Nedved. What's your point?
He should have won that one.
But that's not the point.
Where did Jorginho finish in the Ballon d'Or? He finished third. So what are we going to do? Are we just going to go off these one layoff seasons? Okay, so if he's so great, why did he not do it the second time? Why did he not finish second?
Bro, he busted his ACL. He busted his ACL like a couple months after. He would have been up for he would have been in the running again.
Why are we doing this? This is what I'm saying. It's all this.
Let's be honest though.
All of this.
There's a difference between being second to
when I run, my name's Van Dijk and my hair doesn't come out of place. Oh, I'm so tall. And when I say bro, this guy's so good, he floats. He doesn't even run, he floats. Like, I'm sick of hearing this BS about.
But are we gonna sit here and pretend he wasn't level for 2 years? Are we going to sit and
he's been at Liverpool for 5 seasons. He's had 1 season where he got injured. Okay, fine. Even this season, I'm not even going to get onto him because I've broken my ankle and I know it takes time to get back. So I don't even get onto him this season when he the whipping boy thing.
But the thing is, he came back after and was sick.
My thing is
now they had a delayed reaction.
My thing is, Liverpool fans, as I've said over the 5 years, have put him on a pedestal like you do with all your players, like you did with Trent, like you do with all your players. You put these men on a pedestal, and when shit hits the fan, all you want to do is come back with these weird
Liverpool fans.
The only player right now we've got on the pedestal is Alisson. That's it.
No one was arguing. When we were saying Van Dijk's the best defender in the world, no one was chatting to us. No one had anything to say. Let's not pretend now like you man were like, no, but what about this, that, and the other? You man were like, he's sick.
Slim picking.
One thing I'd say though is if we're going to be honest in terms of if you're talking about that 2-year period and Ish talks about peak, he probably, in terms of everyone on that pitch, maybe bar Alisson, he's been the best. He's had the best peak out of all of them. He's the only one you can really sit down.
I'm disagreeing. I'm disagreeing right now. I just feel like the noise around Van Dijk, his PR team was phenomenal. Brother, let me speak. JJ told me I can speak today.
Go.
Because I can leave this live stream now. Because JJ,
you're starting something like
this. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
It's only gonna get.
We'll let you land, but there's a lot of turbulence, bro.
Just speak on it, man. Come on,
JJ. You promised me I can speak today. Yes?
Yeah,
no?
Speak. I'm allowed you to speak.
Let me talk.
What I'm saying is this, okay? Revisionism. When Van Dijk was doing all his stuff, we were not given the chance to speak and put our candidates forward because the noise around his name was overwhelming. Okay, when you said any other name apart from Van Dijk, your voice got drowned out by the Van Dijk. Like you're trying to speak. It's like at a club when you see a nice girl like, yo, babes, and you're chatting to her. She's like, huh? It's all of that. You're trying to talk to her. She can't hear you.
Jess, I know you're going to go, but just to interject, do you know why that happens, though? Do you know why that happens? Because you're not the guy in the club. You see, if you're the guy in the club, don't matter how loud the music is, don't matter how many
you're heard, bro.
He hears you.
If the right brother in the rave pulls up and goes, he says, come here, and the girl comes. Do you get it? That's what it was with Van Dijk.
I'm with you, Van Dijk. And the thing is, I'm not saying that Van Dijk wasn't extremely good, exceptionally good. Okay, what I'm saying is that we weren't even given other options because it's like, nope, when it comes to defenders, there's only one. And after Van Dijk, it's Robertson. After Robertson, it's Trent.
That's not true, bro. People kept to come out with Sergio Ramos.
No, yes, but why not?
And we told them why not. We told them that he was sucking up for Real Madrid. He was thinking out the gaff.
But this is the man. But Ramos is a man that's been doing it for over 10 years consistently at the highest level.
That I will say.
Yeah, and we all say yes. But at that point, VVD was performing at a higher level.
I had a question if you went back. I'm with you, Rams. I'm not even fully disagreeing with you. I'm just giving you
because you could argue that. Sorry, just one on the Ramos thing. You could argue the drop off from Ramos from where he was to the years with Solari and then was comparable to what VVD is doing this season. You could argue that. getting knocked out by Ajax and people like that.
Possibly. But when it comes to Van Dijk, I just feel like we were just, again, the Premier League hype. We finally had someone who can compete on this world stage and possibly get a Ballon d'Or. And the whole British press were saying, we finally found someone that we can push and say is the best in the world. And a few weeks back, I asked a question, okay? And now this was just a question. It's not an opinion. When Van Dijk came into Liverpool, was it January 2019?
18.
No, 17.
No, 2018.
18.
That's the one, January 2018, okay? And in the summer before that, so in the summer of 2018, you lot signed Alisson, right?
No, we signed him after.
Afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
after the Carriers Champions League.
After the Carriers moment.
Okay, cool. Now
he came out after pre-season, fucked up again, and then Klopp was like, "No, Alisson, come here, bro."
Okay, now, is there a chance that Liverpool, by the time Van Dijk signed, had got their act together, and Van Dijk came into a system that was already performing well? I'm asking the question. That's what it is.
It's a very good question, but there's also
attacking. We were good, but we were always leaking goals.
It's just a question. I don't know.
No, this is a very good question. And this is the perfect game to talk about. Remember the Man City 4-3, where we beat them 4-3.
We went 4-1.
This was the first time Van Dijk was unveiled at Anfield. At that point, we conceded about 2 or 3 goals in the space of 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes at the end, and people were saying that we'll panic. We were panicking at that moment. After that game, until the first game Van Dijk's played in the Premier League, we had the best defensive record in the Premier League. At that point, I think we only conceded in 18 games about 14 goals or something stupid like that. That's how good it was. But bearing in mind, yes, I'd argue that Alisson, when he came in, turned us from Champions League finalists to Champions League winners and Premier League winners. That's my boy Ali. I've got a lot of bias for him. But to say that VVD came into a system where it was working is a bit, it wasn't, because we were still struggling against the top team and we were doing a nonsense at the back. It was only until that point where we got a solid defender. Bearing in mind, we screwed up in January. We were screwed up in the summer prior, because remember the whole tapping up incident. We were meant to get him in the summer, but we all messed up. We messed up with that. If we had got him in the summer, it could have been a different story, but we didn't. I'd argue when BBD came in, he turned that defense all around. As in his presence, his aerial ability, his dominance and his ease with the ball at his feet. It changed everything significantly. So that's why I'd say because we were still shaky at moments. But when Alisson truly came in, became a starter, it was like a different defense that we had.
One more thing on the Van Dijk thing, and then I'll stop talking about it. None of us are saying that he's got the longevity of a Rio or a Terry or a Ramos or any of these guys. None of us are saying that. None of us are saying that at all. But if we're talking quality and just being dominant in your position, I think you can put his 2-year period up to John Terry's best 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, he has not
no.
Gonna leave the trophy cabinet. I'm not saying. I see Gunnar shaking his head. His career does not stand up to theirs. Let me just make that clear. His career does not chat to theirs because he doesn't have the longevity. He came in at 27, 28. By 31, he's looking like he's pretty washed right now. I completely accept that. But his best 2 years and Terry and them man's best 2 years in the Prem, I think he chats to theirs. That's what I'm gonna say on the Van Dijk.
So that's fine, yeah. And Gunnar Lee, I know you're scoffing, but I'm with you on this one. So what you're saying is that those 2 years when he was phenomenal are enough to put him in the pantheon of great centre backs.
No,
is that what was?
No, because I say he can't be in the pantheon of theirs because he doesn't have the longevity. Of course, Ramos for a 10-piece, if man's winning World Cup, Euros back to back, 5 Champions League, that's crazy to compare their careers with each other. But I'm saying at their peak, pick Ramos's best 2 years. Say you're saying 2014 to 2016, whatever it is. Put that up to Van Dijk's best 2 years of 19 to 21, 18 to 20, whatever. I'm saying he chats to them in terms of quality. That's all I'm saying. Career for career.
When it comes to greatness, he's never in that conversation.
In John Terry's best year, his team conceded 15 goals in the league, innit?
Yeah, of course. Premier League.
You do know that,
I love that. Yeah.
But you know what it is? No. I hear that, and I actually agree.
Or was it him one, or did he have Petr Cech behind him? And
so hold on.
Carvalho.
Look at the whole back. Look at the whole back full.
No, but that's the difference. When we're talking about Van Dijk, we're talking about an individual-based season, and I think in terms of Van Dijk for those 2 years as an individual, was far superior in my lifetime than any centre back I've seen individually. I'm not talking about them as a cohort, because then we're going into styles of play. This team's playing with a high line, Chelsea playing with a low block. The teams back then aren't scoring as many goals as teams are scoring now. There's all these types of caveats you can track in. But when you look at it as an individual centre back, he had one of the best peaks or 2 years than a centre back's ever had in football.
You know what makes me laugh though? Right. I'm going to leave it here. Is it? You know what makes me laugh when people say, "Oh, Makelele was there." It was only 9 months ago. Your stupid manager was like, "Oh, I've got the best goalkeeper. I've got the best right back. I've got the best left back." Do you remember he named every single one of those?
You're gonna have that.
Do you remember he named every single one of those? Only 9 months ago he said this. So this is the same guy now. You're now diminishing Genie. You're now diminishing Fabinho. You're now diminishing Henderson. You're now diminishing what all of your midfielders did. You're now diminishing what Mino did when he came in. Now what you're doing is it's changed. So it did start from, with Liverpool fans, he's the best Premier League player ever. He had the best season ever.
Who said that?
No, but as I said, this is what Liverpool fans have been saying. I'm bringing to you what Liverpool fans have said. But anyway,
I don't want to talk
on it. I don't want to talk on it no more. As I said, I just wanted an apology. But no, you're not going to do it. So it is what it is.
You can't get me to. What about that thing? I will die on that hill. Bro.
It was only 9 months ago. Your manager was confessing, book Istanbul. He named the whole 11 as the best 11. The best 11. Don't come to me with that.
You got me there. You got me in that one.
Man think that I'll sit here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man sit here and think, oh, like they're gonna discredit. You can't, because I'm too clued up on this. Your manager.
You're saying things I also agree with. I never said book Istanbul.
That's the problem. Is when you get into this online this online football thing, you have to hold the smoke. The same way how Liverpool fans hold smoke from that Sean LFC guy. Why? Because he's a donut. But he does dumb stuff. The same way how I have to hold stuff from Ty. Because why? Because I'm a contributor on AFTV. So people be like, oh, yeah, and they attribute me to AFTV. That's why, because I'm there every week and I love Ty. But I know he says some mad, crazy things. I'm never gonna cuss him. But I have to hold the smoke. You man have to hold the smoke. And as I said, Liverpool fans have been saying some wild shit online.
Yeah, but who though? Could you just mention
who? You need to name names.
People, bro.
Name names. I want names.
Even listen,
all of you.
Listen. I'm gonna say Drifty.
I'm saying that, I had
to hear the other day. I had to hear the other day. And listen, I love Drifty. Drifty's my brother. He's the reason why I started YouTube thing. He said on stream live that your second goalkeeper Kelleher is better than Ramsdale. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I literally couldn't believe.
That's not even
probably if he's given a chance, maybe. I don't know.
I'll be real.
Do you see this? Yeah, this is why I can't take Liverpool fans serious, because it's just stupid. This is the same fan base that was saying he's not good enough. This is the same fan base before he had his little cow. This is the same fan base that he had before he had his Carabao Cup when he made that mistake. He's not good enough. And now all of a sudden he's had a couple of games. You don't attribute. Yes.
No.
So how highly do you rate Ramsdale? How highly do you rate Ramsdale? How highly do you rate Ramsdale?
Then what you do is you won't give context. So like
answer the question.
Over the course of 2 seasons.
How highly do you rate this guy?
Over the course of 2 seasons, two seasons, you have to include the fact that Ramsdale's been very, very good for us. He's had world-class moments. He's had some really, really poor moments. But you can't world-class moments. Not to say he's a world-class player. He's pulled off some world-class things.
Third choice for England. He's third choice for England.
My point to you is, and don't do that because Trent can't even get in the England squad. So please don't do that. Listen,
do I rate Trent like that?
My point is that like Liverpool fans, this is what you do. You literally, and now you're going to stand on this. You might think Kelleher is better than Ramsdale, but I'm like, how can you even?
It's not that crazy. That's what I'm saying.
He's not even played 20 games. Give him a chance to make mistakes. Give him a chance to see him constantly play game in and game out for you to even start to even stand on that hill. But you like that, and you're going to stand on that. You're going to stand on the fact that you think that there's a possibility that Kelleher is better than Ramsdale.
Don't say Kelleher like that, bro.
Yeah,
Ramsdale has
like
3 relegations. Is it 3 or 4 relegations he's got in the CV? Like, let's be consistent.
Wait, hold on. Again, so what I'll do is hold on. So was it his fault then? Yeah. So was it?
He conceded 160 goals in 2
bro.
seasons.
He conceded a lot of mistakes. No, it's not even that. His errors leading to goals was high, bro, for a goalkeeper.
Asking you, but so you're saying it's all his fault then? That's because
all I'm saying is Ramsdale's not the guy to be dying.
So it's not.
You've got better players.
So before,
I rate Arsenal as well. I rate Arsenal as well.
So before, when we
one at a time.
So before, hold on, because I'm going to get you. Because either way, I'm going to get you. So before, when we were talking about John Terry, it's not his fault why they got 15 goals because it was a team thing. But now it's all Ramsdale because he conceded 100 of whatever it goes, or because it was
if you've got 13 errors leading to goals, that's your fault. That's what errors leading to goals.
I'll discredit you every single time because
no. You can't discredit me.
I use your own. You see what it is? I use your own. I use your own words against you. I don't even need to.
Hang on, if you want to do all that kind of stuff, by your own rhetoric, you would at that point we will talk about Trent, Gomez, and Robertson. You say that Trent is not a good defender and he's overrated as a right back, and you say that Gomez is just a stripper, bro. And Van Dijk had to deal with them 2 men.
Yeah, but there you go. So this,
so then we could do the whole rhetoric thing.
No.
Because again, no. We could do this, bro. We could play this game.
Hold on. But then, okay,
but going through good in his face. He knows he got caught.
If you're gonna go, because listen, because as I said, you can't discredit me. If you're gonna do this, we're gonna talk about Matip, right? Because apparently Matip was better than Van Dijk last season. He's been better than for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, apparently. In form, he was.
Hold on. We then talk about Joe Gomez. Apparently, Joe Gomez should have been a starting England centre back a couple of seasons ago because he was the best. Apparently, Robertson is the best left back in the world. He has been the best left back for the last couple of seasons. So what you're going to do is, again, using your words.
I didn't mention Robert.
Again, using your words, not mine. Revisionist history. This is what you're doing. You forget about the midfield. So don't try and use both sides of your mouth.
Goodly, please tell me the England. Okay, at that time, please name me all the England centre backs at that time, please.
It was Harry Maguire. It was Harry
Maguire,
John Jones, and Gomez. Yeah, and it was Connor Cody, pretty much.
Connor Cody wasn't playing for England at that point. It wasn't. He was a bench.
The last European Championship.
2018, bro. Listen, because we're talking about 2018-19, bro.
No, it was Joe Gomez.
I think it was Smalling, you know.
It was Smalling, and he wasn't playing well for Roma.
Yes, he was Smalling actually.
So please enlighten us on how it's mad for us to say a centre back who's been performing at a good level and say that he should be the 3rd centre back for England. How is that mad?
But what's your point? I'm not talking about Joe Gomez. You mentioned
no, because you
mentioned it. You mentioned Gomez.
Your rhetoric is much of a muchness right now because you're talking. Your foundation is rotten, bro. It's not that good.
Do you know what it is? Big up to Jamro. This is what it is. Big up to Jamro. Jamro was saying Goonily is talking in riddles, and that's
no. We're gonna
have to ignore the riddles, and we're gonna have to move on because I got a question for Jess, and then we'll move on. Madness. Can Arsenal win at Anfield?
Yes, it won't be easy. I think you guys have only lost there twice.
Save your chest.
We can win there. Will we win there? On the balance of form and recent results, the answer should be yes. Arsenal win. It might not be a convincing 3 or 4 or 1 or anything like that, but it should be an Arsenal win based on how you played against against Chelsea the other night, and on the weekend against Manchester City. It should be a resounding Arsenal win. If everything goes as it's been going, then Arsenal win this game easily. If you want answers, I'll give you answers. What I'm not saying though is that it's a foregone conclusion. Arsenal have to work for this victory because Liverpool, I think some of the Origi juju is still lurking. So you guys can still, you guys can still score goals against the run of play. But what you can't do is defend. So can you score against Arsenal? Yes, but can you keep Arsenal out more than you score? I don't think so. So it could be another high-scoring victory for Arsenal, high-scoring game, maybe like a 4-3 or 3-2. But I do expect an Arsenal win, in my opinion. I saw a comment earlier. I can't remember who it's from. Talking about how many of these Arsenal players get into that imperious Liverpool team.
How many do you think? Go on. before I ask my next question.
So in terms of Salah, Mane, Firmino, just based on how they worked, nobody gets in. Nobody gets in. Yeah, these are just facts. Let's not trick ourselves. So we're going player for player. Mane, one of the most underrated of all time. You've got to pick him over Martinelli, hands down.
It's only Odegaard. Maybe Partey. It's only for me. It's only Odegaard.
That's what makes it even more embarrassing that Liverpool we got all these shit players apparently, and
who said shit?
No one said
You're getting so pressed about this. You're getting so pressed.
Anyway, listen, man, we can win on Saturday if
no, Lee, go. I want you to answer that, bro.
If Liverpool don't turn up with the asthma pumps or fake COVID test, then yeah, we can definitely.
Bringing up stuff from 2 years ago. We've got you rattled.
Hang on, weren't you the one that backed out of North London Derby with these COVID tests, Lee? Come on, answer that. Answer for your club, bro. Go on, answer, bro.
If you want to talk about facts, you cheated, which you did. We used the rules. We didn't cheat.
No, but do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny? You backed out of the North London Derby and you bottled it in the end. That's funny, bro.
Did you ask me a question? Yes or no? Okay, cool. So
that's funny. I only heard what I had to hear, bro.
Listen, hold on. What happened is you had 40 fake, not real, fake.
The game is the game. The game is the game.
4-0. That's very, very inconspicuous of a Liverpool who are meant to have, this amazing new AXA training ground, all of these amazing things that go well for you, and you had 40 fake positive, COVID test. You then got the game cancelled somehow, right? What we did postponed postponed. What we did is what every other team did and was meant to do within those moments. We used injuries, which every other team did in that season, as well as COVID incidents, to get the game postponed. So
you lost.
We didn't cheat.
But you lost.
You did cheat. You cheated, bro.
At least when we done it,
it's like me saying I go and stab a man, which I won't do that. It's a hypothetical, bro. It's a hypothetical. I go and commit a heinous crime, and then you said, "Well, I commit that same heinous crime, but it's not a crime because other people do it." What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
Come on.
And you know what? And Lee, if we're going to add context to it,
Rams, you're meant to be educated. No, that's not where it is.
No, but that's what you're saying, though, isn't it?
No. Because we used the Premier League rules. It was injuries. Leicester City did it. Every team did it. You could use injuries as well as COVID. If you had enough injuries as well as COVID incidents to get the game postponed, you guys
didn't we do that as well?
No, but you faked 40 COVID tests to get the game.
We did it. It wasn't 40. Cheating. We didn't have 40. Bro.
Oh my God! Please don't get me. Please don't let me find the thing. Please, I'll find it for you. Please, I will.
But even if that's the case, Guna Lee, the context of it is we actually benefited you because we played at Anfield first.
That's besides the point.
It isn't beside the point because I said this on the terrace. Even if we had, this is actually a bad move from us cancelling because we actually have to play at Anfield first instead of second. And we all know what Anfield like, especially in a semi-final of a cup competition. And we're saying this actually benefits Arsenal. So I don't want to hear anything about this because at the end of the day, you lost at your own ground. You lost at your own ground when Diogo Jota dunked on your heads. That's it, bro. And when you try to fake it and do your whole
I can tell Lee shook about
you
this game
lost. You lost. You backed out.
Lee slyly shook about
this game. You pussied out and you lost. That's how that happens, bro.
What has that got to do with the price of cheese? I'm speaking about the fact that you cheated.
Man's spoken about COVID. Man spoke about Van Dijk. I'm hearing man talk about all little bits of this and that.
You can't come at me, bro. You can't come at me.
What are you saying Sunday?
Your rhetorics are on rotten wood, bro. They don't stand. It's not standing. I'm the health inspector. I'm your builder. I'm telling you, you have to change your foundation.
You've been working with Tommy and goals for the last 15 years, but you're crooked, mate.
Lee shook. I can tell Lee shook. I think Jesse is a little confident, but he doesn't want to give too much away. But Lee can't look at me right now, bro.
My thing is,
Lee, I've been in this game for a long time, bro. This is what the terrorists do, bro. This is fine, bro.
I'm undefeated because I got ammo for days, bro. Like, man, talk about, I'm talking in riddles, bro. I'm just giving you facts. The facts are there. Every single fact I do, you look come up with like either tears or bullshit, bro. That's what I'm
but
saying.
You've got your own missile, bro. I've got my own anti-aircraft missiles, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I've answered every single one of your questions. I've not raised my voice. I've answered all your questions. I think I've answered them well, clearly as well.
Of course
you're telling me about Van Dijk.
Once you get past the tears,
2019,
of course
I'm saying Sunday, when the lights are bright. When the lights are bright on Sunday, we say on Sunday.
You talk about you're undefeated. You're playing at a guy that has played the game for 3 years in the most toxic environment of the football terrace, bro. I know this game. This is my game, bro. I know all about it.
I know when I know bullshit, I smell it a mile away, bro.
All right, cool. Speaking of bullshit, do you believe Arsenal can put the bullshit aside and finally win at Anfield? I think it was 2012 the last time you guys won.
Yeah.
Because right now it's a hoodoo. Right now it's a curse. And I'm not gonna lie, the promo vid that AFTV put up is looking all nice and that, but I'm not sure there'll be. It might be a horror movie.
Hold on, Jerry. Because right now you're saying this as if you're confident. None of you three here. No,
I'm not. I'm just devil's advocate today. This is 2-on-2. I'm not.
If we're being honest, okay. I'm seeing things in the comments about Jota loves to score against Arsenal and he might break his duck. Yeah. How about this? There's a Belgian kid, a young 28-year-old boy, who scored a hat-trick last time he was at Anfield. What about a young 28-year-old kid, small boy? Just graduated.
You mean the brother with the grey hair, the old man,
the young man with the grey hair and the bagged under his eyes. What about him? He loves Anfield. So if we're going to talk about Jota, let's also talk about this guy who casually scores hat tricks all in his left foot.
Listen, you won't hear me talk about a man who hasn't scored in a year. I don't want to hear any Jota talk, bro.
Okay.
No, I don't
forget about Bogey team. Break your duck.
We don't need to talk about Jota. We could talk about obviously our Brazilian Samba boy that's going to have his last dance against his favorite club, bro. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
I'm not going to talk about Jota. I'm going to talk about Firmino, bro. Firmino loves you guys as well, bro. The way he spun up your defense all the time. I'm telling you. Don't worry about Jota. Don't worry about Salah. Worry about Bobby. And I please hope to God that Bobby does play because Bobby's a player. I think if we are going to have any chance, Bobby is going to be our best.
You know, Bobby isn't playing against Mustafi and Socrates and David Luiz.
That's what you said last week, bro.
Okay. Talk is cheap. I'm looking forward to Sunday.
All right, cool. 1 second, people. I know Ish has got a bounce. Obviously, he's busy, so make sure we're hitting up, obviously, the equalizer. Big up to Ish. Let them know about the captions as well, man.
Listen, I'm going on holiday on Saturday, so we might not, depending on the result, you might just see me on out of office, bruv. So yeah, but I'm joking. I'll be working there. I'll be working. All I'm saying is, I think we got something for Arsenal. It'll be so us to go and win this one, lose against Leeds, do up bullshit for the rest of the season. But I think if you've got any self-respect, we win this game on Sunday. Because I'm not liking the way the man are talking like they're gonna run up on our patch and do something. So we need to.
All right, score prediction quick before you head out, man.
2-1 Liverpool.
Cool. All right, man. Ish, appreciate obviously you hopping on.
In a bit.
You guys make sure you're liking and subscribing as well, right? But yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, man.
Peace out, bro.
Quick one, because
are we saying 2-on-1 now?
I'm gonna have to jump in and bat Ram now because it's looking like a 3-on-2. We got another Arsenal fan coming on, which is a bit brazy.
There's a collection, man. Then it's got this year's one, got this one, got the Carnival one, got last year's home one, the year before that, I think the year before that, the iconic old one. Man, let me know.
Jesus Christ.
No way.
And like Guna Romz. Chat to us. What's going on, man?
I'm confused.
First of all, big up Jess. I think it's the first time I'm streaming you, but let me explain.
Romz.
Let me explain.
Romz. You know the joke, yeah? No. Romz, where was let everybody in this know. How many people are in this chat right now? Bro, where was the first time I met you, Romz?
Emirates.
I've actually used it, bro.
And JJ, you know what he done? He started shouting. He said, "Brother, you shouldn't be here. You're a Liverpool fan. You try to get me rushed."
I swear that I didn't clock he was with his brother, but the first time I met Romz, bro. Hey, Romz. Yeah.
JJ, I told you about Romz, bro. I told you all the time.
I know you did, but I won't contact with Jess because Jess is confused. Basically, Jess, my brother is a gooner.
Okay.
At the start of the season, I wasn't expecting Arsenal to go on this upward trajectory. I'm a football fan before I'm a Liverpool fan. JJ knows this, Ram knows this. I've always been a football fan first. So I thought, let me go to a couple of games, whatnot. Brothers like basically season ticket holder. I was like, calm. Then I see Goonady there. Then that video, I hate Man United. They're the only thing I hate in life. I hate Man United. So when you played them in the 3-2 game, I thought me, Jerry, and G's group chat was a safe space. So I recorded some jerseys. I thought, it's versus Man United.
You put one on so it fits.
It's Man United today. I hate them. I want Arsenal to win. Next thing I know, we stream and I'm seeing JJ turn like to everyone. And then then I get DMs and everything. But yeah.
Fair enough. But hold on, yeah.
Do you what's mad? Sorry, Jess. Do you what's mad? We've actually got two just Judases. I got one on either side, bro.
Listen, not me, bro. Not me.
Liverpool.
Lee, don't do this, bro.
My team was certain. Like this, my team was certified.
Yeah, you were Liverpool fan.
It was certified, bro.
Liverpool fan every Friday.
That was the biggest joke.
Lee.
Oh, you would never ever catch me sitting in the up stadium in the freaking home section, bro.
Lee, bro.
Lee. You would never
the way you infiltrated, bro. It still hurts me to this day. This is why I've got all this venom for you, bro.
Oh, listen, man. That's a nasty. Listen, Romz, yo, you can never ever. No,
I'll never succumb, man.
Romz, you're turning into Lee.
I'm Liverpool through and through. No, I'm Liverpool through and through. That was just banned. But the thing is, Liverpool fans accept me, bro. It's against United. Who'd you rather win? Arsenal or United? Come on.
Listen,
but
yeah, fair.
Cool. Lee, though, back onto the game. You ain't won since 2012, man. How confident are you that Liverpool Arsenal can overcome this Anfield curse? Because regardless, like you're saying, like you're trying to win this league. A lot of people, like Ish said, Liverpool gonna win. Like Arsenal gonna win. If Arsenal beat Liverpool at Anfield, the league's theirs. It's done. If you lose this, what next? Is it the beginning of the end? Chat to me, man.
Look, if we do lose, then I'll be very, very disappointed. Not only is it, would it be annoying because of where we are in the league. Your players, they're a very paper team right now. You remind me of, the Man United from maybe a couple of seasons ago when you had the likes of Pogba and, all of these other kind of named players, but they're not good. Van Dijk, I'm sorry, you're not good anymore. Robertson, you don't offer what you used to offer. Trent, I mean, I don't even want to talk on that because that guy's a joke, man. Your midfield, I mean, your best player is Besic and he's shit as well. Like, he's really not that good. Up front, you've got Salah, you've got, Gakpo, and you've got Nunes, who the jury's out on, the two players. I think Mo Salah can still do something here and there, but he's not someone who I've ever been champion and raved about. I just don't feel like he's that guy. But look, we should be able to turn up and do the job. Like if we come focused, and I think if we come with the right idea of what we're gonna do from the minute one, we should win the game. And I mean, when we get to score predictions, as nervous as I am, it is the equalizer, and I think I just don't want Arteta to do no pet thing and get into the players' heads. I mean, Harvey Elliott, if he plays, that's like you're playing with 10 men, so it should be a little bit easier for us anyway. So So I think, look, that's just where I'm at with it right now, and I'm trying to be real. Like with our midfield, you got Xhaka in there. No matter what you want to say about him, he's got 7 goals. Trossard, if he comes off the bench, he's got 7 or 8 goals. 3 against you already, all on his left foot. You got Martinelli, he's got 13 goals. Odegaard's got 11 goals, I believe, or 12. Jesus is coming back. He's got 7 goals. Saka's got 12 goals. So we got goals all over the pitch as well. So not only are we, we're playing good, we have a great midfield. You don't. We've got a strike force that can do, damage, and we've got someone who can come off the bench, and we've seen what he can do. And then I think, obviously, just adding on to that, the manager. I think the manager's looking better than your manager right now. And look, I can say what I want about Klopp. I do give him his respect. I don't like him personally as a person. I don't know him, but I don't like him personally as a person. I think he's very fake. I think he's said some mad things. The latest comment he made about Arsene Wenger about, when he won his 1000th game, that was just unnecessary. But look, the banter's there for him and he can say that, but I just think it's unnecessary. It's for a great to say that against another great. And Klopp is a great. He's a great manager. He will go down into the Premier League's greatest managers ever. So fair play to him. But listen, I just don't want it to become a manager's thing and make it just the players on the pitch. But listen, and my only thing I'm going to say, as much as I always get onto Liverpool fans and Liverpool, I don't even hate the club. I just don't like the fans, because you lot saved my summer in 2018-19, that Champions League. You lot did the favour for me. So I always going to have a little bit of love for Liverpool. Even if you don't love me, I'm always going to have a little bit of love for Liverpool because you saved my summer.
Cool. Romz, can Liverpool get anything out of this game? Or if we can, because you're probably going to say no. If we can, how and where do we get anything out of this game? Because we're talking about champions-elect coming. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about the dog's bollocks now coming down to Anfield. Do you know what I mean? Yes, there's swirling his Red Bull in the cup. Like this is brazen. This is confident.
You know how they do it in the film? The gangsters, they have it in between the crease and they just swirl it like that. He's been doing that all stream. I'm looking at him like, who does he think he is?
He's a real G. That's who he is, man.
But I know, big up Jess. But you know what? I've said, if we remember when, I know Jess and Guinea are probably going to, first thing they're going to say is we're not United, we're not City, especially the City game. But City and Arsenal, there's a reason why Arsenal sitting top of the tree, but there's not much difference. It's not that there's a golfing class. Them two are the 2 best teams right now, and they're quite near in quality. I think if we approach this game how we approach the City, and I know this won't go down well with a lot of Liverpool fans, but at home, how dare we play pragmatic? But I think how I feel we salvage something for this game, not necessarily win, but salvage something from this game. I think we need to park it, and I think we have to be very defensive this game, because if we try and go at Arsenal, it ends one way, and not even just ends one way, it ends one way very badly. So I think,
no. When you're done, I'm gonna jump in.
I feel like we have to park and kind of hit them on the counter. The only problem with that is Arsenal are a bit different to City. They can break you down in many different ways. So even if we try that, they can still probably get through us. Essentially, that's the only thing that worries me. But I feel that's our best chance of getting anything, because if we try and go at them and do this thing where we're at Anfield, we need to back ourselves, go for the games. They're not a City, they're not a United. It's not going to pan out the same, in my opinion. So for me, I'll be quite defensive, and I wouldn't start Trent this game. I start Gomez. As mad as that sounds, I start Gomez.
No, I actually fully agree with you. I feel like a lot of the times this season, Arsenal have been under not pressure, but they've faced attacks from other teams. And the reason why Arsenal have come through the other end still winning is because those other teams lack the quality. Now, just imagine if Arsenal got you guys penned in and the ball breaks to Alexander-Arnold and he pings a long one to Mo Salah and he gets in a foot race with Gabriel or Zinchenko. He can hurt us.
Yes,
I backed Zinchenko.
It kind of happened in the reverse picture. It kind of happened in the reverse picture.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why I say, like, styles make fights. Just because Liverpool are a horrendous, terrible football team right now. Sorry, is my mic on? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Sorry, no, I was saying, just because Liverpool are a shockingly bad football. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Just because Liverpool are terrible right now, it doesn't mean that Arsenal are going to walk all over you, because styles make fights. And there's a reason why the reverse fixture was only 3-2, because it's not easy to play up against a team like Liverpool, regardless of their deficiencies. Just because Man City can beat them 4-0, it doesn't mean 4-1, sorry, it doesn't mean that we can do the same. So it could be a very close game. I think this will come down to fine margins. If Liverpool get the act together, you can get Liverpool win if everything goes their way and everything goes against Arsenal. But if both teams play as good as they can, it'll only be an Arsenal win, in my opinion.
Can I just say, just to add on to Jess as well, like for me, I've seen far too many times, and this is more worrying about Liverpool moving forward. Maybe not so much this season, but for the next couple of seasons. The thing I don't like about Liverpool in terms of their players right now, for outside looking in, your players give up. Your players actually don't have any heart. They don't have any fight with them. And you know, the Man City game was the last one. It's a mentality thing. You can't be a top player. You beat Man City and then you lose your next game. You can't be a top player and then beat Man United by 7 goals at home and then you don't pick up 3 points in the next game. And that Man City game, it showed me that team is spineless right now. It has no heart. It has no desire. You know, they're going to give 20 minutes and then they're going to think, you know what, we're not bothered anymore. And that's the issue that you've got. And listen, if you replaced Mustafi's name with Van Dijk, it's the same sort of attitude. If you replace Koscielny's name with, Konate, unfortunately, and I love Konate, but if you replace his name, no, I think he's genuinely one of the most. He's the best centre back one of the best centre backs in the league. I really like him. But what I'm trying to say is, if you actually replace some of those, then what we had when we had like the likes of Kolasinac and Robertson, if you replace the actual name with the attitude and what we saw from 2018, 19, whatever it was when Kolasinac was still doing his madness, there's no difference. Like, they don't fight, they don't have any heart. They're not bothered. They don't care. And, your midfield, okay, fine. Some of them, they're trying, but they're just not good enough. But you see against Chelsea the other day, Henderson is absolutely woeful. And he's arguing with the best keeper. He's arguing.
That vexed me.
He's arguing with your keeper. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for you guys,
the thing that really, the way that, when you go up to a man and then you use your shoulder and you like bump into him like you're trying to get into a fight, is them ones. Like, of all people, Ali, you want to go at Ali, like probably the nicest guy in our team, and the guy that's been
saving grace. It didn't make sense. That infuriated me.
And that's my issue with Liverpool.
That was, sorry, just quickly, I don't know if you can relate to this, Lee, but that almost reminded me of what Xhaka did to the fans.
There you go. Maybe not on the same degree, not in the same degree, but I get your idea. I get your point. I get the point.
But as in, Ali is us. Ali is Liverpool fans right now. That kind of thing.
And obviously for Henderson, it's like he's a captain, and I know what he's trying to do. I know he's trying to boost morale. I know he's trying to assert authority, and he's within his rights to do that. Fine, not a problem. But I just think there's you pick your battles. You have to pick your battles, and for him to do that is a bit crazy for him to do that against someone like Alisson. But I mean, you're gonna have to you got a lot to work with. You've got a lot to work with moving forward. You've got some nice pieces. You do. I like Diaz. I like some of your players, but they're not going to be there. Thiago, listen, I don't want to talk about him too much, but since he came in, the downturn's coming. So yeah, we listen. We can go in. We can go further, but yeah, it's annoying for you guys. I'm sure. Like you almost had a quad last season, and now you're struggling, but I think you've got big problems, like real big problems. So
just to say on that, Lee, I think what you said is 100% right. Mentality is a big issue. I'd probably say the only person out of that team that actually shows like he gives a damn, and even then it's not much, or barring the usual suspects, Konate, Ali, people like that, is Robertson. But Robertson tries to give 100% every single game. And I'm being consistent with this. The downturn of Robertson and his lack of form is because of Jurgen Klopp, because of running him into the ground when even we have a competent left back at the time, Simicast. He never played him. The reason, that's why I'd say Robertson and his form, because he's just been overplayed, and some of the stuff that he's been doing has just been a bit like, is not good. But I get 100% where you're coming from. I think the only way to fix that kind of issue with the mentality is bringing in players. The only way to fix something like that is to bring in players that
There's two ways, bro.
Go on.
I know what the second way is, bro, but I don't know if that's going to happen with this football club.
The manager?
I mean?
Ram, just say it. Sign the contract.
The manager. I mean, I'm waiting till the end of the season, bro. I got a special thing for.
What's the difference between now and the end of the season, Ram? Sign it in blood. Sign that contract.
Always wait for the opportune moment, bro.
Guys, I just want to say,
you have a point. The manager, it is a possibility. If the manager,
I just realized something. I'm wrong. I just realized Liverpool have never been good. It's just hit me now. I was thinking, and I think it was I just sat here thinking, and about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, there's this old Italian coach, Arrigo Sacchi, legend in Italy, and he said this was in the prime of Liverpool, in their pomp. He said that Liverpool don't have any world-class players. What they have is a team that plays with rhythm and intensity. Okay. And I was like, this guy's a lunatic. You got Salah, you got Mane, you got Robertson, you got Trent, you got Van Dijk, Alisson, you got loads of world-class players all over the pitch, yeah? I was like, the guy's a lunatic. And I'm watching Liverpool now, and most of those players are still there, with the exception of Salah, and you guys are horrible. And I'm starting to think, hold on, the only thing missing from this team, apart from Sadio Mane, is the rhythm and the intensity. Liverpool don't run as hard, they don't press as hard. When they get the ball, they stop and think. They're no longer on autopilot, just doing things instinctively. And I'm thinking, you know what? The rhythm's gone, intensity's gone, and Liverpool look like a shambles. So what I think happened was that they've always been terrible. They've always been a shocking club, but they found a way to play with rhythm and intensity, and it worked for them because the players haven't changed. Everyone can't decline at the same time. But what has happened is that they don't have that same spark that they once had, and now we'll see what happens. So Liverpool, my point I'm making is that Liverpool have actually never been a good team. They've always been shocking.
I mean, I don't know about that, and I know you're trying to bring Arrigo Sacchi to try and justify your point.
He said it, not me. And I know. I disagreed for so long, and now I'm watching them. I watched you guys against Chelsea the other day, and I watched you guys against Man City, and I was like, "Who are these people? They're just they're nothing." That's the feeling I got.
Yeah, but I'd say to an extent he is right in terms of the system is incredibly functional, and you have to have the right components for that to even work. And I don't think we've been on that same wavelength for quite a bit of time. We've tried to do something different, but it hasn't worked out. It's actually backfired on our faces. But you still need that X factor. You still need that quality to win the big trophies at the end of the day. Like, you can't tell me that a team of functional players goes and win the big trophies.
It does happen. It does happen because it's a team. We've seen somebody cut you off.
But you still need that X factor within that team. Like, you can't even when you say Blackburn and people like, they still had the X factor in Alan Shearer. He was the guy.
I'm with you. Yeah, no, you're right. And then you look at you guys, like you had Sadio Mane and Mo Salah and Trent and Virgil van Dijk. But I think, as a whole, you guys were a good team when you played with that rhythm and intensity. And the minute that went, you're kaput. Because I was trying to think, how can people come back? Is it a matter of signing 2 or 3 or 4 new players, a new manager? And I think,
Kendall.
You guys need a complete rebuild. From the backroom staff to the hierarchy to the manager to the players, you guys need to just get rid of everything, because the moment you had is gone. Like, you just got to start from scratch. In my opinion,
I think to an extent, yes, there is. You can say what you're saying, but again, like as I say, I feel the only way to get some sort of like spark back into the team, as what Gunnar Lee said, was bringing quality players to match that mentality. If you tell me that we say, I mean, this is so hypothetical, but we bring in Kimmich, Milinkovic-Savic, and another DM, Ugarte. Would you say that would you say that would not give the team a boost, seeing these quality players come in with that right mentality to come in and give them a kick up the backside?
No, generally I would agree. My general philosophy in football is that it's more than just signings. I don't really care about signing the biggest players, it's about signing the right players that fit what the manager's trying to do. So on the face of it, signing those players would make sense, but I think it's more than that. We've seen clubs, Manchester United, a prime example of a club that go out there and sign players every single summer, and it just doesn't work, because I think the problems run deeper than just getting a few individual players to come and fix this.
Yeah, and I agree. I think, look, ultimately, I told Monts the day of the Community Shield, Klopp's not going to be the guy to get you to where you need to go to. And look where your season happened. I literally said this the start of this season. Unfortunately, he reminds me of, I think they changed the law this year where, on fruits, they don't put any sell by date, but it's out of date. Like no matter what,
Right.
like no matter whether the sell by date is on it or not, he's rotten now. He's finished, and I don't really see how he comes back. I don't see how he can get this team really firing. I mean, again, people are going to say I got agendas, but I mean, the Mo Salah, you're going to talk about his numbers this season, great, fantastic, but I don't think he's the same guy. I don't think he's one that you're going to rely on moving forward. So,
we agree. Don't worry, we agree.
I just think there are so many things like the Luis Diaz factor. He could be all of these amazing superlatives that you want to talk about, but is he going to get the goals that Mo Salah gets? Is he going to get the goals that Mane gets? Is he going to be as effective? Again, I don't think so. Is Núñez going to be that guy that's going to, catapult you to where you need to get to? No, I don't think so. Eventually, I might win the lottery. Like it could happen, it might not happen. I think Gakpo. I'm not going to be too down on him, but I think that he could. If I swapped him with you, Jerry, like I wouldn't be, too shocked about who's on the pitch. I don't.
Boy,
sure, like
what are you trying to say there?
Right now, I'm saying.
What do you mean by that?
Don't diss JJ like that.
Listen, no, I'm saying his shit, and I'm saying that Jerry, you might be able to, get on the pitch and do a little,
I've seen clips of JJ. You'll be doing a better job.
He might be doing a better job. So there you go. So look, right now, I think there's so many, and that's why I look on the Sunday. I think I did a preview of my show yesterday with Laurie and the guys from Coppish, and I don't know what you would do, Jess, but if you offered me a draw, I probably wouldn't take it. And the reason why, I just think that, unfortunately, Liverpool currently are crap. You're not a good team, and I think it's hard to look past that midfield. I think Partey alone should be good enough to beat your whole midfield. So adding Odegaard, who's absolutely sourcing, with Xhaka, who, whatever you want to say, look, Jesus is back, he's getting more goals, Martinelli's, functioning. I think that's even another thing where, we're looking at it and I'm saying we should be able to take advantage. And then I said, you're probably going to play, your Milner region in there. And as I said, that's like playing with 10 men. So it really should be a thing where we should be able to dominate that midfield. And obviously Holding's a factor, but I can see a point. I can see a way that Liverpool do win by, playing out from the back with, Van Dijk, long balls, similar to what you did for your first goal against Man City, and trying to pin the likes of Holding. I think that's an outlet for you, because Holding, no matter what, I don't rate him. I don't think he's good enough, and I think he's someone who can be rattled. I think he's someone who you can get out quite easily. But I also think with Núñez as well, especially. But I think if he does his job, and I think if we have the protection from that midfield, and we set up with the right game plans, and obviously Saka's tracking back, which he always does, I think we're going to be. It should be pretty routine. But again, I don't know what you would say, Jess.
I'd say exactly what you said, but with my voice,
including swapping Jerry and Gakpo. Yeah.
What difference does it make? Hey, listen, Gakpo is a bum. Like, when I watch him play, this guy is horrendous, man. Guys, are we not going to speak about Gakpo? Maybe a different time, but when I watch him play...
we'll have to do it another time, because we'll be talking about every player for ages right now. And the way Goonlee's come for me and call me Gakpo... No.
Gakpo is Jerry. I don't want to say Jerry Gakpo. Gakpo is Jerry. There you go.
Well, he's moonlighting. He's got 2 jobs, yeah?
There you go.
And go to Anfield.
Listen, man, they call him Houdini, man. Houdini.
Bruno, though, the bit about Holding, I'm not going to fall into this notion, Holding starting over, Saliba's injured, Holding starts, we might have hope. The reason why I'm not going to go into that notion, because we saw, even when we were winning titles in Champions League, when you've got a well-oiled machine, if you take out a cog and put another cog in, they're just gonna work. It's like duck to water, like we did with Tsimikas. Like when Tsimikas came in, when the Jotas came in, the Origis came in, when we were good and the whole team was functioning as a whole. When you just take one piece out and put another piece in, it's not you're not going to see that much of a difference. Like you said, the only way you do is if, let's say, Nunes or Salah gets him isolated in a 1-on-1. That's where it could be trouble, because that's where you will miss the intelligence of a Saliba. But I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
I'll tell you why it's going to make a difference is because we do what Man City have been doing for the last couple of seasons, where we leave two at the back and we just trust our centre backs to, beat whoever's in the attack. So now it's going to change so much. And I think, you've had the likes of Van Dijk, who's been able to, move Maroon through the middle, Matip, who's been able to move Maroon through the middle and spray balls to the left, spray balls to the right, and sometimes be your number 10. And I think with Saliba, he's so good at the outlet balls. He's so good at switch of play. He's so good and calm and composed, and he can literally defend 1-on-1. And I think the issue that Holding has, he needs all the players around him to, he's coming on for the last 5 minutes to shore a game out. I don't trust him over 90 minutes against quality opposition. And I think what he does is he literally changes so much of the way we play. So I think, obviously, Jess, we watch it week in and week out. And I think when you look at Holding, it's just such a they like the Simicast example with Robbo. There is a drop in difference, but there isn't a drop in style of play. I think with Holding and Saliba, there's such a difference in style of play, which definitely makes it more difficult.
I think what I will say, I agree with you. You're 100% right, but I feel like the floor at Arsenal has slightly been raised. Rob Holding is a lot better than he was even a year ago. And we're not relying on the likes of Cedric Suarez, because he's a level below Holding. So I think the drop off from Saliba to Holding.
Potato, man.
What are you trying to say? You call him Turkey Holding? Ever since come up with Turkey Holding. Now
Turkey Holding.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going Turkey,
the
by the
same
way.
haircut as Ram. That's the worst thing about it.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going Turkey. I'm bringing mine down here, guys. So next time you see me, look where we're going.
The hair's back, but the style, the quality ain't back, man. That's the problem.
I just think that at Arsenal, the level of players we have now is raising the less able players a little bit higher than they were last year. So I think Holding last year was like on FIFA would have been like a 75. Now he's at least like a 79, maybe 81. So I think that 81.
Well, that's high, bro.
I would say 71.1, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro.
But I completely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, quick. Sorry, quick one, because we got obviously if I wrap up as well. I'm gonna go around the room, and I want everyone to name a player that they feel is going to be the biggest threat. So, obviously, Ram, you'll be talking about Arsenal's threat. And obviously, Lee and Jess, you'll be obviously name a Liverpool player that you both feel is going to be the biggest threat in the game that's going to cause you the most problems. We'll start with, obviously, Ram.
Obviously, you got your usual candidates, but I think a little bit of outsider's choice is probably Zinchenko, especially when he's inverted. If he plays fullback and he's inverted, it's going to be a big problem, especially with our midfield. That's going to be a big overload, and I don't think our midfield are going to cope with that. So I'll probably say if Zinchenko is playing left back, it might be a long day.
Rom?
For me, Martin Odegaard, that's the main guy that scares me for Sunday, because I just think even if they're doing the possession-based thing and they want to get as close to goal or whatnot, he's starting to shoot from range. A lot of the things Arsenal fans were criticizing him about when he first came in, pillow feet, all of these stuff. Not all Arsenal fans, but the majority. He's now starting to shoot from range. You saw it again. It was United at home. He scored from range, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or it might have been United and Spurs, if I remember right.
Spurs.
Yeah. So I just feel he can just switch up in any moment, and he's always that link between, for me, defense and attack. So for me, he's the main guy that worries me on Sunday.
Jess?
I'm gonna say Mohamed Salah, because he's mad fast. And if you guys know me, I love a player who's mad fast, and I think playing up against I'm gonna say Salah, but just about. There's no other threats, not even Nunes. Just about Salah.
You know what? I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say Konate. I think that we've conceded some set pieces recently, and I think that's something which is quite a troublesome thing. I think the fact that for the last couple of games, just game in and game out. Bournemouth, you know, like that was just poor defending from Partey. And I think Konate is just for me, honestly, I love that guy, man. I wish
he dunks.
I'll be honest, I love Saliba, but I would take Konate over Saliba. That's how much I rate him. I think he's that good. Yeah, I think he's that good.
And but bro, that's not even the point. Like Upamecano, Saliba, Konate, Simicast.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The French Revolution, bro.
Bafana from Chelsea.
Bafana, oh my.
I think Konate is that. I think he is that good. I really do. I think he's obviously had a poor game against Man City, but you all did, and he probably looked the best out of the bad bunch. So, yeah, like, I think Konate is someone who, you know, he's going to have to count for two men because, as I said, if you play your young Harvey Elliott in there, I don't know, bro.
Harvey Elliott and Henderson, hopefully, so that then they're down to 9 men.
Yeah. Well, and then obviously if Klopp's going to take the brunt and not Pep this time, Pep Linders, then he's going to be a big problem as well because he's a bit of a bozo right now. Yeah, so.
Trust me.
There we go, man. Just going to get through some of the comments before we get into score predictions. We got Thunder Road saying, we've been playing You'll Never Walk Alone at Coney all week. We ready. There we go. Real Talking TV saying, God, I hate Brighton. We got Wino saying, what is Ramz saying? Like there's defending your club and then just whatever is going on.
Hey, man, if you're going to talk foolishness on my club's name, barring this season, then you're going to get it. If you talk about the season, then there's nothing to back. But if you talk about my club in general, got to do what I got to do, man.
Chris from Real Talking TV saying, sorry, but City are still winning the league. After that rinse on our players, I hope we smash them. We got Jamrock saying Lee needs to be called out on misrepresenting Liverpool fans. Lee, Liverpool fans that you will happen to see online. Lee, you are lying.
That's a man. I don't know, man. You got a Jamrock. I think you've got that FSG consortium to try and get rid of me. I don't know. You better get on with your work, mate. Come on, because 1 minute you said that the club was up for sale. Next minute, you know, they're looking for investment. Make up your mind which one it is, my guy.
We got to Jamrock. We got King Cop in the building saying, sorry, I missed the stream, guys. Just out for a break between doing fades and trims. Thought I'd check in. Much love, guys. Big up to yourself. We got Arsenal CL winners 23-24 season saying, I disagree, but for agenda, I back his point.
That was with regards to what I was saying, by the way.
Yeah, it was saying that Liverpool we're never good. We know saying, what's funny, our fans admit it when they call Klopp a miracle worker because they say he turned water to wine with these players.
Yep.
That was mad.
It's crazy. Kendall Rowan, big up to Kendall saying FSG would rather spend money on an extra year of Milner than an actual midfielder. Genuine crooks. Not really, you know. Marquez saying, look, Klopp wants his mate to break the Premier League appearance record. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. So.
Man, shut up, bro. Listen.
It's crazy.
I wish. You know what? Milner, mentality-wise, and the way he plays football, better than everybody else. It's a shame he's 37 years old. Because you can see it. His mind says to do something, but his legs are like, I can't do it anymore.
I'd rather him than Hendo every day of the week.
100%, bro. 100%.
All right, cool. Score predictions, lads, man. Tough game. I'm going to start with Jess, man. Chat to us.
Okay. Whenever I predict a big score, Arsenal always do the opposite. So I'm going to say a comfortable Arsenal win, but it may only be a 2-1 on the score sheet, but it'll be a comfortable Arsenal win, is what I'm saying.
Cool. Goonali?
I've had so many different ideas in my head, and I just feel like I have to go for a win, and I do believe we will win somehow, but I'm gonna be absolutely shitting myself the whole game. But I'm gonna go for a 3-1 win. It may not look like a 3-1 win in terms of the actual performance, but I just think that we're gonna be able to just pass and move around, and like chess, we're just gonna be able to move your players around a bit too much, and I think we'll be able to. I think Xhaka might pop up with a goal as well, actually, for some weird reason. So to finish you lot off. So I'm going to go for 3-1, even though I could see another result quite easily.
Romz?
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I think we take the lead. This is the maddest thing. I think we take the lead. But I was saying for me to feel like we can get that's my brother, by the way. That is my brother. Just to let you know, that's the Guna. That's my actual brother. But
Yo, I swear it's Ryan, isn't it?
Yeah. You spoke to him on AFTV a couple of times. I think we take the lead and we start the brighter team. But for me to feel comfortable in this game, we have to go 2-0 up. Any other game at Anfield, we go 1-0 up, I'm rest assured. But the fact this is Arsenal and then it's different this year, I feel we have to go 2-0 up. But I think we go 1-0 up, then they equalise. They get the second, and I actually feel that they hold on. I think they're going to show resiliency. They hold on, but they'll just championship win. You know, that kind of ugly win. I think Arsenal fans think it's going to be a beautiful. No, I don't think it will be that. But I think they get the ugly 2-1 win. And yeah, man, I hate doing this.
Okay. Jeremy, what about you?
No, I'm gonna get.
We'll get to Jerry. We'll get to Jerry, but. For all I said, I said this again when at the start. I admire what Arsenal are doing this season. Playing beautiful football. Well, really good football. They are effective in many ways, shape, and form. A lot of players have decided to turn those critiques into a motivation to be better players, and so has the manager as well. And they're reaping their rewards that they are doing so far. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it will be an Arsenal win. I think it will be a 2-1 Arsenal win, but something hopefully inside of me saying that we draw 0-0 for my Ali prop. I just want a clean sheet, bro. Only thing I can hold on to is Ali prop. Ali's the only guy that I would hang my neck out to dry. That's the only guy. Screw Salah. Screw anybody else. It's just Ali. Maybe even Ibu to an extent. But yeah. It will be an Arsenal win. But I'd like it to be 0-0. I'll say 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. Fair dues.
I'm a say, you know what? I think it's going to be a dramatic Super Sunday.
It always is. It's on Liverpool.
I think Arsenal win 1-0, and I think they score in the last 10 minutes of the game. I think Liverpool, look, it's going to be a very similar game to the game against Chelsea. I think it's going to be very 0-0. Arsenal will be the better team. I think it will look like we're heading for another 0-0 draw. And I think Arsenal pip it. And I think the person to score, funnily enough, if Holding's playing, will be Holding with a set piece.
You know what? Football works like that.
Because I'm thinking of the journey, right? And the narrative. It's just something I see. Like, you know, when Vincent Kompany slapped that ball into the net, it was destiny. I feel like if Arsenal win this game, I think it will be destiny. I think they will. I think Liverpool, like in regards to like the team as well. I know you guys spoke about the team. I'd actually want him to go and keep the same team that played against Chelsea. I think we'd actually have a better chance of winning the game if Klopp went and trust the players that went and put a performance in, or the performance that Klopp wanted to see in terms of heart and passion and all of that type of stuff. If he goes back and just plays Trent, plays Verge, plays Salah, he's shown he ain't really got any balls and cojones, because he spoke to us and said, this team, wow, they showed me exactly what I wanted, heart and passion. That's what we need in these final games. We're gonna revert back to the players that didn't show you that in the first place. We got a clean sheet. You had Curtis Jones, the best midfielder on the pitch, even though we want him gone in the summer. He was still our best midfielder on the pitch.
He deserves to play this game.
Everything should be based on merit right now. So for me, that's how we should be rolling. But Klopp's not going to do that because I don't trust him. So yeah, it's going to be a 1-0, man. It's going to be a 1-0.
What you crop out, yeah?
Come on, bro. You're talking, bro. That's like asking me if
JJ started it, bro.
Yeah, he started it, man.
The banners are being pressed at G's house at the moment, bro. The exclamation marks being pressed into that banner. Trust me.
How times have changed, boy. Wow.
No, go away.
Listen, I was after the Champions League final. I was telling man that this wasn't it. This wasn't it. and people don't want to hear me. But now they will.
Man. No, I think you got to talk to your boy Salah. You know, every time he calls out a big club, what happens, man? I don't know. But
now, if we get 80 mil for him, I'll happily selling him, bro.
It's been a great show. I've chopped it up with my guys. I've gone back and forth with my guy Romz. I've gone back with my guy Ish. It's all love. My guy JJ, thank you for me on the show. You know what it is, Romz and Jess. As always, we're gonna have that Arsenal connection. So I appreciate for coming on, being allowed to come on your channel.
Big up, man. I appreciate it, man.
My guy, yeah. I still haven't forgiven you for turning your back, bro.
And Lee, before you head out, plug your channel, man. Obviously, I'm gonna put your link in the description. Plug it for me.
Yeah, so Guna Lee, go Guna_Lee. You'll find me there. Listen, it's the same how it is in my my name here. And listen, I'm always on AFTV. I've got stuff going over there, got more prop going with them. So I've got some shows coming out with Laurie soon. So just trying to do more stuff over there. So appreciate it.
Big up. And Jess, man, Mr. Wrong and Strong from Armchair Gaffer, the main gaffer himself. Appreciate you coming on, making your debut on the show. Obviously, causing havoc with a reckless as always.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit surprised to be in a stream with 3 Liverpool fans that aren't absolute lunatics and crying tears and thinking about Bill Shankly and Kenny Dalglish and the good old.
Can I just ask a question? You said at the start of the stream, and I saw you say earlier on Never Fouled that you've got a weird obsession with Liverpool. Where did it start?
It's weird. My older brother had He had a Liverpool kit when I was young. Arsenal fan, he had Liverpool kit. I'm talking about when we was young. I was about 5 and he was about 9. And then there's that FA Cup final, Cardiff. Owen put it in the top corner.
Yeah.
And you see when you're young and you see like a team playing in red. So I'm like, that's my team. I'm like, no, that's a different team. So like I kept seeing Liverpool thinking it was Arsenal. But
so you're a Liverpool fan as well.
No. Arsenal.
Your memories of Arsenal are actually Liverpool. This is magic, bro.
And Michael Owen as well.
Anyways, no, I like Liverpool. I don't hate you guys. And I was there with you in your struggle when you had Jay Spearing and was it John Flanagan and Alberto Aquilani. I was feeling you at Spain. So but as I was saying, guys,
original Channel 5 night, boy. Original
literally.
5.
Guys, if you want to see more of me, which I doubt, head over to Armchair Gaffers. I put it in the chat. We are a 4-man panel where we talk about football as a whole, not just one team. We have an Arsenal fan, a Tottenham fan, and 2 United fans, and guests all the time. So head over to Armchair if you want to see more of this.
There we go, man. Make sure we're heading over, man. Make sure, listen, there's plenty of us in the chat. Make sure we're heading over and subscribing to both of these guys' channels. Again, massive thank you for obviously you guys coming on. Romz as well, and Ish that obviously had to bounce earlier. Amazing. Quick one as well. Lee, people are asking, when you finish second or when you lose to Liverpool, are you willing to come on the show and show your face? Are you willing to put the bet down?
I definitely won't be there on Sunday. I definitely won't be there Sunday because I'll be at AFTV.
Of course. No, not Sunday. Just in general.
Listen, man. Can I just say one thing before we leave? If we lose, as embarrassing as it is, the league's not done yet. I just want to let people know that. But
I'm just saying, Lee. If you lose, expect a phone call, innit?
Listen, man. I tell you, bro. You can try and call, but my number is gonna be bloody off, bro. I'm telling you that.
Hey, I'll find my way, bro. I'll find a way.
But guys, obviously, thank you for obviously tuning in. Make sure if you're watching on a replay, we're putting in comments. Asking the guys questions, asking us questions as well. We'll get back to it in the next show. Make sure we're smashing a like, hitting the notification bell as well to keep updated for any new potential, obviously, videos. We'll be back live on Sunday with a reaction for the game. So please make sure you're staying tuned for that. And until next time, it's been the Jerry James Show, and we're out, people. Take care.